Hey guys, welcome back to my beauty stash, or welcome if it is your first time here. Hello, my name is Steff. I would love to have you as a subscriber, so be sure to click on that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. Alright guys, as promised, today I am going to be sharing with you the top 10 purple eyeshadow palettes that I currently have in my stash. I've done one of these videos before and it was showcasing the top 10 green eyeshadow palettes that I currently have in my stash. Green is my favorite eyeshadow shade to work with, but purple is definitely up there in the top 3. Now, I went looking through my stash to see what predominantly purple eyeshadow palettes I currently have that I really enjoy using, and I think I got some goodies for you. Now, I do have one honorable mention, which might be a little bit controversial, but it's a good palette. It's a good palette. So we're gonna get through all 10 plus the one honorable mention, and I will show you guys towards the end of the video how I achieved this purple look right here. These palettes are gonna be in no particular order. These are just the best of the best purple palettes that are currently in my stash that I wanted to share with you. And of course, whatever is available, which I think about maybe 80% of them are still available, I will have them linked in the description box of today's video, along with all of the makeup that I am wearing, including my new little Barefoot Dream shawl that I have going on. This just came in a few days ago from QVC. I love QVC. And I love Barefoot Dreams. Barefoot Dreams is definitely one of my favorite brands to wear during the fall and winter. And today it is a chilly day here in South Texas. So this was a perfect thing for me to wear today. If you guys want to see the top 10 purple eyeshadow palettes that are currently in Steff's beauty stash, keep on watching. And guys, one thing that I do want to mention is, yes, there are going to be some other shade colors in some of these palettes. These are just palettes that I think of when I think of the shade purple. When I want to create a purple look, these are the palettes that I am reaching for. Now, again, no particular order. Let's start with the one that I currently have on my eyes. Can you guess which one it is? It is this one right here. This is the by Beauty Bay, the Opulence eyeshadow palette. Guys, I've only used this palette a couple times after I did my, how many looks did I do with this? 3 or 4 looks using this palette. I'll have it linked up above. And any video that I have using the eyeshadow palettes will be linked in the description box as well. So just be sure to check the description box for all the info. But this is the palette I use to get this purple look right here. Now, this is a gorgeous jewel-toned eyeshadow palette. Oh, this palette is so good, and it's only $20. I believe it is still in stock right now on the Beauty Bay website, so definitely check it out. This is a beautiful color story year-round, but especially right now, fall heading into winter for the holidays. Oh my goodness. This palette is fantastic. I don't know how they did this for 20 bucks, but the mattes are super pigmented and the shimmer shades are phenomenal. It's just an amazing palette. This was my second purchase from the By Beauty Bay brand, the first one being the Wilderness palette. Love both of those palettes equally, but I definitely wanted to use this for the tutorial portion of today's video. I hope you like the look I created because this palette is definitely like 2 million thumbs up. Next is one I know is sold out and it's not coming back in stock, and it is this one right here. This is the Oden's Eye and Annette's Makeup Corner collaboration. This is her Giant Wolves palette. I have done 2 looks using this really beautiful palette. She included some amazing, I don't know if they're duochromes or multichromes, but this palette is phenomenal. There were 3 different eyeshadow palettes released in this legendary Diversa collection, and Annette collaborated with Oden's Eye on this one, and it is stunning. Guys, if you have this palette, hold on tight to it because it was a limited edition. It is not coming back in stock from what I know, and I think it just recently sold out during like the Oden's Eye Black Friday sale. But Oden's Eye has definitely given us a lot of amazing palettes in 2021. They are definitely on a roll, and that is definitely a brand I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring in 2022. If it's anything like 2021, Oden's Eye is gonna have a fantastic year next year. And guys, this palette is it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I love how all the shades just coordinate with each other, and I'm a huge fan of Annette. Definitely go check her out, Annette's Makeup Corner here on YouTube. She loves colorful makeup. She does beautiful, colorful makeup. She even has a Vegas channel, and I love watching her Vegas channel, even though I am not a huge fan of Las Vegas, but it's still fun to watch her visit the hotels and the casinos just so I can see what's good and what's not the next time I make a trip out there. But this palette is definitely a winner you can bet on. Next is a BH Cosmetics Birthstone palette, and it is this one right here, Sapphire. And you're probably thinking, Steph, Sapphire is blue. Well, Sapphire, as I've been learning from all of you, I've been learning a lot about birthstones this year, because I, of course, think the traditional shades, like when I think of emerald, when I think of ruby, when I think of pearl, when I think of sapphire, I just associate blue with sapphire. Well, a lot of you have told me that sapphires come in many different colors. And here we have this palette. Now, some of you asked me to include Blurple palettes when creating this video. And would we classify this as a Blurple palette? Would we classify these shades as Blurple? I'm not too sure. I think maybe this one would be, and then this is more a traditional purple. I'm not too sure. You let me know on that. But I wanted to include this in here just because, like, the pressed glitter and these two shades right here, even maybe a little bit of the silver shade, they lean on the purple side. And this was one of my favorite palettes of the entire Birthstone series. I loved working with it. And of course, it has a pop of green. Actually, it has two pops of green, because this is like a dark green and then this is a lighter green. This is just a beautiful palette. The pressed glitter is even great to work with when it comes to BH Cosmetics. It has a good amount of tackiness to it, so where you don't need to pull in a glitter glue. I mean, you most definitely can, but I usually choose not to because of the formulation of their pressed glitter. But I thought this palette was really good, and for $9, and I think it's even on sale for like $6 right now, it's definitely worth checking out, and you do get a little mirror with it. Next up is Juvia's Place, and this is the Violets palette. This is one of the mini palettes. These palettes retail for about $15, but I think right now Juvia's Place has a 50% off site-wide sale going on, and these palettes tend to go on sale at Ulta and also on the Juvia's website, so definitely check out both places in case you want to pick this up. I will have it linked to the Ulta website, but if it's on sale at the Juvia's, by all means, go shop at the Juvia's website. This is a beautiful purple eyeshadow palette. There's some warm tones, there's some cool tones. I think it's definitely more on the cool tone side, but you do get 2 matte shades and 4 shimmer shades, no pressed glitters. The shimmer shades are phenomenal. Guys, Juvia's Place makes incredible eyeshadow palettes at a phenomenal price point. I have rarely encountered, and I'm trying to think if I've ever encountered, I don't think I've ever encountered a Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette that didn't perform really, really well. Yes, there might be some color stories that I would like to change up a bit, but for the most part, 95% of the time, Juvia's Place gets it right, and these little mini palettes are great to pick up. They're amazing gifts, amazing stocking stuffers. You get fabulous quality at an affordable price. Guys, don't let the size of this palette fool you. You can definitely create a lot of looks with just these 6 shades, and I like that these 2 matte shades are varied in tone and depth. So you have this shade that could be a nice transition color, and then you have this where you can deepen up the outer corner, even smoke out the lower lash line, or even use it to do a halo eye, or even just smoke this out all over the lid and skip this shade altogether. Whatever you want to do, let your imagination run wild. But if you don't have this purple eyeshadow palette in your stash and you love purples, definitely pick this up ASAP. Next up is an eyeshadow palette that I just tried a few days ago here on my channel. Very first experience with the brand, but it definitely made a strong first impression. And I'm talking about this one. This is the Bad Witch Club eyeshadow palette from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. This is my first go round with Give Me Glow Cosmetics. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Like the by Beauty Bay Opulence palette, this is definitely a jewel toned eyeshadow palette. But these shades are super pigmented. Now, you only get 3 shimmer shades in this palette. I would have liked to have seen 1 more shimmer shade, but what we are getting in this palette is amazing quality. And guys, look at the size of the pan. You're definitely getting a lot of products in here. To my knowledge, this palette is still in stock. I want to say it retails for $54. And I was trying to look for a discount code, but I don't believe anybody has a discount code with Give Me Glow. So if this color story appeals to you and you're looking to add a new indie makeup brand to your stash, I would definitely try this. This was a brand that I wanted to try in 2021, and I'm glad I made this palette my first experience with Gimme Glow, because this Bad Witch Club palette is phenomenal. And guys, the shade names in here are so cute. We have this one that says You Can't Fly With Us. This one is called Let's Play Light as a Feather. No Mortals Allowed. I'm 100% that witch. This palette is definitely something worth adding to your stash. All right, guys, 5 more palettes to go. Next up is the Wine palette from Glamlite Cosmetics. This is part of the Happy Hour collection. Now, I feel like this palette leans a little more on the cool tone side and could even include some of those Blurple shades. I think I would describe the shade as Blurple. What do you guys think? I loved working with this palette. If you're looking for a good, affordable, cute purple eyeshadow palette, this is one to pick up. I think it is still in stock right now, and you might be able to get it on sale, not too sure. But this is predominantly a purple palette. You have very few shades that deviate from purple, but all of the shades and tones that they included pair perfectly with one another. I have already created 2 looks using this palette, so I will most definitely have that video linked in the description box. But this is a really nice, really well-balanced purple palette as far as matte to shimmers go. You can definitely create a lot of fun looks with this. You can deepen up your looks. You can do something on the lighter side. And I love this gold shade down here. This is a nice inner corner shade. I just thought this was a good release from Glamlite. The entire Happy Hour collection is a great release. If you were wondering about that Happy Hour collection, it is aces. It is definitely worth checking out 1, 2, or all of the eyeshadow palettes. Next up, we have the Lunar Beauty Moonspell Volume 2 eyeshadow palette. I really wanted Volume 1. I was hoping that Manny would release it like in a bundle with this Volume 2 this year, but unfortunately he didn't do that. But I am happy that I picked this one up. So this palette is definitely giving us purple vibes, but we also have a sprinkle of other shades that really enhance the purple. I love purple and red together. I think that is a beautiful combination. And even including like the lavender, the soft pink, the fuchsia. I mean, those are all different tones, different variations of purple. I thought this palette was really nice. I know there were some people out there that gave this a mediocre review. I didn't have that experience. I had a really good experience, typical Lunar Beauty quality experience, which by the way, guys, there has not been, in my opinion, a bad release from Lunar Beauty quality-wise. Like everything that I've gotten from them, every eyeshadow palette that I have is just amazing. Like it performs so well. I didn't think there was anything wrong with this one at all. I loved all of the tones. I loved all the shades. Lunar Beauty does amazing shimmer shades, and this palette is no different. Definitely like the matte black up here, and I just had fun with this palette. I really enjoyed it, and I keep it in my beauty room on the shelf. It looks like a book, and it was a really cool release from Lunar Beauty. I am looking forward to the spring release from Lunar Beauty. I can just imagine what Manny has in store for us. I'm always excited to see what Lunar Beauty is releasing, just because I know they are very consistent quality wise. Next up are going to be 2 palettes, both from the same brand. First up is the ABH Norvina Volume 5 eyeshadow palette. This was released earlier in the year, and I want to say I did a giveaway. I think I did a giveaway with this palette, but here is the color story. I'm going to hold it just down here because I don't want the mirror to blind you. But this is a gorgeous palette. I love these Norvina palettes. I love them so much more than the traditional ABH eyeshadow palettes. There's just something about this formula that I'm really drawn to. I find it easy to work with. I find it to be super pigmented, and I've never had any issues. Yes, the palette is a big one. It's a little bit on the heavy side too, but you do get a nice big full-size mirror, and it's very nice packaging, and there's just so many different things that you can do with this eyeshadow palette. If you're really just wanting a one and done purple palette, this might be something that you want to pick up. They do retail for $60, but I think ABH is having a sale right now on their website. And I think last weekend, I know I posted it like on Instagram and here in the community section on YouTube, all of these Norvina palettes were $36. And I know a lot of you mentioned that you were picking some of them up. Some of you picked up all 5. You won't regret that purchase. These palettes are beautiful. The next one is Volume 1. Volume 1, this is a very special palette, I'm sure, to ABH and Norvina, because this was the very first release in the series of 5 palettes. I'm hoping that they continue on with these series. I would just love to see her do maybe a full-on green eyeshadow palette. Oh my god, maybe that's going to be their spring release. Here's hoping. But this is a beautiful purple palette. Yes, we have some pops of yellow, some pops of blue, some Blurple in there, and I just think it's a great palette. It's a great palette all the way around. Now, I realize that not all of you can pick up both eyeshadow palettes, but maybe you're just wanting to pick up one. I think if you're wanting more traditional shades, then I would go for Volume 5. But if you want some more like fun pops of color, then definitely consider adding Volume 1 to your stash. I've had a lot of fun with this one. This is a lot of fun to work with, and just all the colors in here, just looking at them, it makes me so happy. Now, last but not least is this one from BH Cosmetics. This was part of the Poison Shot collection that was released for Halloween. This is the Nightshade palette, and you're gonna look at it and say, Steph, that's not purple, but yes it is. It's purple and pink mixed together. It's kind of like a fuchsia. I liked this palette. I thought it was really good, and to me it leans on the purple side of shades, so that's why I wanted to include it. You get 3 matte shades and then 6 shimmer shades. I have done a look using all 6 eyeshadow palettes, so that'll be in the description box if you want to check it out. Guys, the majority of these Poison Shock palettes are pretty good. So if you were wanting to pick any of them up, I do think they are on sale right now. I think they're on sale definitely at BH. They might be on sale at Ulta, not too sure. But the Absinthe palette, that is the green one. That is beautiful. Is it the Venom palette? It's like the smoky gray palette. That's also a good one too. And Nightshade. Nightshade is a good palette. If you're wanting something on the smaller side, something on the more affordable side, I want to say that this one and the BH Cosmetics Sapphire palette are the most affordable in today's video. But this was a good one. I had fun working with it. I mean, I had fun with the whole collection. And if it's on sale right now, yeah, you might want to pick it up. Now, last but not least, my controversial, likely honorable mention is this one right here from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is the Bloodlust palette. This was released, what, I think in 2019, 2020? I think it was released at the beginning of 2020. I don't quite remember. And I did review this when it came out. I was already on YouTube when it came out. And I liked the packaging then because I thought it was unique. It was different. But now that I've had it already for like 2 years, the packaging really annoys me. But guys, the eyeshadows are really good. It's a really good formula. He has always done a really good eyeshadow formula, a really good highlighter formula. I do enjoy his concealer, the setting powder. He does make good makeup. Jeffree Star does make great makeup. Haven't really bought much from the brand the last year or so. And I'm not saying I'm not going to in the future. I'm just on a little bit of a break right now. And sometimes I do that, not just with his brand, but other brands as well. I just take a break because I'm trying other stuff. But I did want to mention this. I did want to mention this because it is good. And if you have it, definitely use it. I definitely think that if you love purple, you're gonna love this eyeshadow palette. For me, the packaging is pretty much the only bad thing about this eyeshadow palette when it comes to like the quality and performance. These shades are beautiful. They're beautiful. The mattes are great. The shimmers are great. I think you can find this still on the Beautylish website, the Beauty Bay website, and of course his website. It might be on sale like at Beautylish or maybe at Beauty Bay. Not entirely sure, but I know he has sales periodically. So if this is something that you've had your eye on and you weren't really sure about it, I'm here to tell you, yes, it is a good palette. It's just the packaging that's not that great. Alright guys, so now that I've shared with you my top 10 purple eyeshadow palettes that are currently in my stash, it's time to show you how I got this look right here. I will be using the by Beauty Bay Opulence palette, and of course everything else that I'm using is going to be listed in the description box of today's video. Let's jump into the tutorial portion now. today's video. Now I need to hear from you. I've definitely done a lot of talking. Now it's your turn. Let me know what you thought of my top 10 palettes. Do you have some of them in your stash? Would you consider some of these your top 10 purple palettes? Leave it all in the comments down below and let me know if there is a purple eyeshadow palette that I don't have, that I didn't mention, that I need to pick up, that I must try, because I know there are so many different brands out there that I haven't had the opportunity to try, but maybe you have. And if you have a holy grail purple palette, I want to hear about it in the comments section of today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.